Today is May 19th. It is the 19th day of this Instagram May Vinyl Challenge. Today's topic is packaging, interesting packaging. This came to mind right away. This is Alice Cooper's 1974 record, Muscle of Love. It's kind of bizarre. That stain you see is intentional. Apparently there's tire tracks. Like, I always thought I just had a scuffed copy. Apparently these tire tracks and stuff were intentional. That might be intentional. I just kind of ripped the side of it. I've been so careful with this one, but yeah, most everything you see on here is intentional. The weird thing about this, it's a follow-up album to $1 Billion Babies. It's kind of one that's sort of been forgotten. It's so thick that shelf space would take up the space of about 5 records. So probably not the smartest move, and it I think was kind of a commercial dud too for him, at least compared to $1 Billion Babies and that momentum, and definitely the follow-up to this, which is Welcome to My Nightmare. It's a decent record though. I first heard this as part of a compilation called A Man Called Alice, which was just ridiculous. I talked about it in a previous video. It was a cassette, had no indication of what was on it, but side A, I learned much later, was Muscle of Love, and side B was his album Lace and Whiskey. Well, let's get into this. I'll unpack it here. So yeah, do not bend, avoid excessive heat. It's got the song lyrics on here. Tells you that it's a record. Again, these are not my marks. And then you pull it out. This, I just read up about what this is because I was a little unsure. It's blank on the inside. You got the Institute of Nude Wrestling, open 24 hours. You got the pictures of the band members. And what are they doing? Eating beans? Peeling potatoes? But you open it up and it's just blank. So I learned that it's actually, I did see these full like this instructions. It's actually supposed to be a book cover. So I guess that would be the spine, and you would like horrify your parents and teachers by having an Alice Cooper Institute of Nude Wrestling open 24 hours book cover, I guess, on your maybe your school books, maybe your class of 74. And then it gets a little strange, kind of blurring a couple different concepts. Although I did read that this album is actually sort of Alice's sex record. That while it doesn't have an overt concept because the band was getting sick of that, a lot of the song lyrics and the song titles kind of reference and deal with sex. So Institute of Nude Wrestling, they're all in their sailor suits. They're looking like they're excited to go inside. And then you turn this over, and they kind of, I don't know, did too much nude mud wrestling, I guess. And then there's a person in a gorilla suit, which maybe beat up the guys, threw them out. I don't know. It's interesting packaging. It's an interesting record. And yeah, so that's what came to mind for me. And I'm going to try to keep this in the best shape I can. But that's Alice Cooper's Muscle of Love.